Hey everybody, XEI here for another XEI Watches trailers, plural. You can already see in the title what it is I'm going to watch. This is one of those series where I can't believe I've never played, I've never seen. I know very little about Devil May Cry. Did I say Devil May Cry? Did I say Dante's Inferno before? Anyways, so the reason why, okay, let me just talk about the Dante Inferno. Okay, let's roll this back. So what I know about Devil May Cry is the main character's name is Dante. Pretty sure, and I'll talk about that in a second. I know he's got an awesome red coat, I know he's got white hair, and I know he has an awesome sword. And I know it kind of takes place in, I don't actually know this as fact, I'll talk about that later on too, and it's irrelevant. More of like a Victorian-esque setting, dark setting. So let's talk about those three things. How do I know the name Dante? Was it three things? How do I know about why he's got a cool jacket and a sword? Because this game has been around long enough that I've seen a lot of art featuring the main character. The art has looked cool, so I'm aware of that. Not so much memes, because I wouldn't have the context for the memes. But if I've seen memes with Dante, if that's his name, the main character of Devil May Cry, so it's like there's a visual foundation in my head of what I almost about to say Dante's Inferno, of what Devil May Cry is. The second thing is the name Dante. So Dante is memorable to me because it refers to a piece of classical literature written by Dante Alighieri called the Divine Commedia, or the Divine Comedy. It was made up of three parts. The Dante's Inferno, which is the one I'm really familiar with because of its influence on the Planescape setting, because of the layers of hell and stuff like that, the 9 layers of hell, and a lot of other stuff. The Spawn comic in the early 90s, 91, 92, right? And the story goes that this poet Virgil basically leads this character Dante through the 9 layers of hell, and he visits his sins. I don't know if they're his sins, but he kind of goes through hell and recognizes or acknowledges the sins of man, and then basically rejects them on his way, on his journey to the gates of heaven. Why he has to go through the 9 layers of hell to get to the gates of heaven, I kind of forget. But there's 2 other parts there. There was Divine Purgatoria, I think that's, I don't know, I'm kind of mangling Italian, and Divine Paradiso. I could be mangling Italian, but that's how I'm going to say it. So Purgatory and Paradise. Now, I'm less familiar with those, to be honest. So that's how I remember the Dante name. That's how it's relevant to me. I don't know what my third point was. I'm sure it was mixed in there somewhere. Oh, it was the Victorian City thingamajig. The comic I was working on back in 2009, 2010, the artist I was collaborating with asked me if I knew Devil May Cry because I asked for a certain look, that the setting that this comic was taking place in. And he's like, do you want it, like, I'm kind of designing it sort of based on Devil May Cry. You aware of it? I'm like, I have no idea. But if it works for you and it meets these criteria, then use whatever references and inspiration you can get off the game. But I always meant to go back and eventually play Devil May Cry because the artist was taking influence and inspiration from the game, because I think he was playing it at the time. So I never did. I never went back. I never played it. At that point, I was sort of, I was well into MMOs, and then I just cold turkeyed when I started the comic project in 2009. 2008, 2009. I cold turkeyed video games because I had to focus on working on the comic project. So I've got the 5 trailers lined up here. You can tell by the screen, like these ones are old, man. I think 1 to 3 are in this like 3:4 ratio format. They're uploaded in 2007, which is old. This is like when YouTube was just getting started, man. So I presume the quality is going to be really crappy. We're just going to accept it. We're going to roll with it. And I'm going to see this stuff for the first time. So let's start playing. And let's see this stuff. Might be a little loud, but if it's just me footage like this, I can talk through it, but I don't think you can hear me over that. I will reduce that all I want.
Block off, Featherface, or you can stick around and find out the hard way.
So is it a comedy? Is it a divine comedy? Dante's Inferno is a divine comedy. Oh, we're still going. So, okay, so this is what, PlayStation 2, 2001, I think is what I saw. I mean, if I put this in context, what was I playing? Final Fantasy 8-ish? Did he just shoot with his sword? Was that like Squallish? Did I just see it? Does he have guns and a sword? Okay, he's got guns and a sword. So it looks like a lot of fighting. A lot of fighting. It feels sort of like Final Fantasy VIII, although Final Fantasy VIII it was more like the Japanese RPG sort of fighting style, like layout. Whereas this feels like more action RPG. I'm definitely inventing things again. I know nothing about Devil May Cry, but it just feels like a fighting game to me. Just as a oversimple. It's got like sort of supernaturally power. Whoa, that was a big thing. Ooh, okay, that was fun. Sort of an environmental affecting big boss sort of thing. Yeah, there's that cool ass sword I've been aware of. Red Jack. Oh, he's reminding me of Vincent. I love Vincent. He's my favorite character in Final Fantasy. And I suppose this is the big bad with the sister sword. Alright, well. Launch date. Ooh, we're gonna go back in time. PlayStation 2. Yeah, I stopped that. That was the last console I bought. I played the hell out of it. What was I? Doesn't matter. It was a different topic. Okay, so let's go to Devil May Cry 2. PlayStation 2. The one I found here is a trailer at the E3 2002. I wasn't even aware E3 was around that long. I thought E3 was something that started, I don't know, 10 years ago? Okay. I suspect the graphics aren't going to change that much, right? This is like 1 year has passed. Well, it does look a little better, but it still feels like it's PlayStation 2, so. Get a little bit of was it I, Frankenstein, the movie just came out? It was probably came out like 5 years ago. If he lands this, he better have a parachute or some glider wings. His bullets are creating enough sound waves for to soften that landing, right? Or is he immortal? What? If he's like a Vincent. Vincent was, well, let's not bring that in. He was my favorite. Now, just because ooh, that what? So wait, you could use the environment to do like who's off of this? Anyways, hold on. Yeah, no, that looks like a 2002er. I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, because I'm watching the trailers doesn't mean I'm going to play through the entire series. Let's not get crazy here. There are 5 of these games. I don't think I need to play the first, 3. I don't think I need to play the first 3 in order to get everything, right? I can just start, maybe later. I would play one of them. Oh, what's this? Oh, just a character introduction. I would definitely play one just to see what these games are like. The schedule's getting pretty friggin' full, though. So far, I'm not moved to play the first 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I need to play all of them. I'm sure like I'll get brought up to speed. So it was that the first game came out in 2001. The second game got launched 2003. Even though I thought I saw 2002. Oh, it was a trailer, it was 2002. And then we're on the trailer 3. This is the trailer at the E3 in 2004. This game gets launched in 2005. And I'll talk about the other stuff I was going to get to when it's more relevant. So let's play this one. So it looks like every 2 years for the first 3 games, they were releasing something. Oh, the graphic quality is at least better on the video on this one. Even just with the font, I can tell. Because it looks a little better on the screen that's capturing, but... Okay, so now they're putting in a little bit more mood lighting. Okay, this starts to feel like something that I could probably get behind, although this is still very old, 2005. I love music like this, though. Okay, it's the quality definitely bumped. This is the PlayStation 2, man. Okay, so I don't expect that much more different, but this does look better. These are cinematics, obviously this isn't in game. But still. And there could be stuff that I might be seeing that's probably considered spoilery. The thing is, I have no context. Let's take it. Let's go retro with this. Bad VHS tapes from the 80s. I don't know why that would be a thing. Is that just part of the E3 trailer? Or is this like the official trailer? Why would they do the VHS of the burnt tapes? That is totally VHS. Okay, so now we're going back to graphics that definitely feel like a PlayStation 2. Not that much crazier. It's more like it's like rock and roll horror. That's what I'm getting a vibe of. Why haven't they? Okay, but see, I'm seeing moves with these crappyish graphics. Oh, I like it. The I just got distracted. This should be a movie franchise. I mean the graphics, but it's remove the graphic quality. I'm seeing things with my eyeballs. Because how else would I have to say? But like that right there, you're like, this would make an odds. Could you imagine a movie where the actor did something, where like the character in a movie, a live action, did something like that? There's some moves here that would look really good choreographed on screen. Okay, so I can only imagine the newer games probably they keep that and then they take it to the next level with the better engines. Okay, that doesn't look that bad. To be fair, PlayStation 1 and 2, they had awesome cutscenes. Like the Final Fantasy 7 and 8 cutscenes were really good for the back in the day. They were the top as far as I remember. I didn't see anything better than those cutscenes. 8 in particular. So it still looks like that. Oh my god, that's interesting though. That they put traversal mechanics into like mixed with the combat. Sounds like it could be. Looks like it could be fun. Got a bit of a Sephiroth cloud feel here. So with the swords. Is this? Okay, so I'm not really getting the whole Dante's Inferno vibe to it, unless there's still an angle here I'm not really catching. The way I see it, it could be that it's a reversal, that hell is coming to Earth, and this character becomes maybe a protector. Again, I might be seeing things, I don't know, but I don't know. Now we're gonna go to Devil May Cry. And we get the widescreens. So these ones are going to come a little later. I looked at the timeline again. This one gets released in 2008. I don't know where this trailer's from. I think this is the official trailer. I'm not seeing any other notations. It just says Devil May Cry 4 trailer. Okay, now let's see. This is 2008. Oh, bam! The quality of graphics scaled like crazy. I don't know what this gets released for. I'm going to assume PlayStation 3. Maybe we'll see it in the trailer. There we go. So you can still tell a little bit of the age, but you know, when I think of 2008 now, I'm aligning it with the quality of graphics in like something like Dragon Age or Mass Effect. Dragon Age Origins or Mass Effect 1. A little softer, a little smoother edges. Still got a little bit of that rock and roll supernatural. What? Okay. Oh, geez. All right. Didn't expect that kind of move to happen, but okay. That would not have gone well for her. All right, so definitely an action RPG. But is it an RPG? I keep saying RPG, but I don't think it's an RPG. He was still writing something. So they are taking the. Jesus, she is flexible. Okay, this is neat. Oh, it's like a fly trap dragon. Okay, now I can see the quality of the design of the enemies a little better. So I'm intrigued with the design. It is my kind of, when we're talking about supernatural horror and stuff like that. Okay. What the? Wow.
The story goes that Sparta served as the feudal lord of the city long ago.
Sparta.
The people who live there today take these legends as truth and worship him.
Is he the big bad from
Like
one?
God.
Okay, that feels more like it could be an RPG-ish. A bit of a story in there. Ooh, that was a cool design. See, I love creature design. I love. Those ones look a little too randomy for me. You guys hear that? Well, you guys will know. Oh god. Okay, now that thing, dragon thing, it looks really neat. Oh. I see. Okay, now I'm getting context now, but I mean I have no context yet. So getting any context. Do you get to play other characters? Oh, I like the idea of that. Okay. I could have spec. Ooh, are angels involved? Because I can't be asking questions like this. Yeah, why is this a movie? This would probably hold together an IP. I mean, not hold on, you know what I'm saying. Hollywood trilogy. All right, now I got a little bit more of story context, and it does feel like I would have to be speculating here again because, of course, I have no idea. But it feels like they're doing a little bit of a switcheroo. If it's not spoilery, by all means, because I just look at just enough to be able to like talk to dates and release because I just want to have context about when these games are released. But I don't read anything else. I haven't scanned anything else on the Wikipedia page. But if you feel like it's not spoilery to let me know if my speculations are correct, by all means, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, don't worry about it. I would start with this one. This one looks like good enough quality where I could like slip in and have some fun visually. So if I had to speculate on the plot, because I feel like he had like the whole demonic thing was mentioned with the hand, it looks like the enemies are actually divine based, or I don't know, maybe they're doing a switcheroo there where like the protagonist, the hero, has the power of it's kind of Spawn-y, to be honest. It's like Spawn. If you guys aren't familiar with Spawn by Todd McFarlane, I mean, there's been a movie, crappy one, but great character. I love the character back in the day because, of course, I've always loved it since the early 90s. I've been into supernatural horror and the whole hell, heaven dynamic stuff in myth and stuff. So, but it looks like the antagonist, presumably, is angel based or seraphim based, or there's maybe they take the paladin concept or paladin, however you say it. I've always heard it different way. I hate, like, it's one of those words that gamers and geeks constantly anyways. Armored paladin, seraphim, angel, whatever the heck you want to call it. Maybe they get corrupted. Maybe someone stole the power of that. Anyways, it looks like there's a switcheroo happening there. So here's the interesting thing now with the release dates is it goes from 2008 for Devil May Cry 4, and now in 2012, I think it was another 4 years later because it goes 3 years. So 2001, 2003, 2005. 2008 jumps by 3 years, and then it jumps by 4 years. 2012, Devil May Cry HD Collection, 2012. I don't know what that means, but that makes me even more sold on playing Devil May Cry 4, because if there's is that all three of them in HD? Yeah, but I don't want to see if they didn't redo the graphics and the engines and the models and all that stuff to make it feel like a 2008 game, like the first three games feel like the 2008 one that I just watched a trailer for, then it still feels way too old. It feels like something I couldn't really get behind. But 2004 looked good. Now there is another game that comes out after the HD collection called DMC, Devil May Cry. I don't know what that is. I didn't look for a trailer for that because I might not be able to distinguish what I'm looking at. Is that a separate game? Is that a remake? What is that? By all means, let me know in the comments below. And then it looks like it goes from 2000, that's 2013. Then it jumps like 5 years and we get a trailer for Devil May Cry 5, and the release date is 2019. I don't know when it came out this year. It might have already come out. I think someone said February. Is that when was it for this game? So it looks like 5 is already out. I expect to be blown away at this point. I'm going to assume this is a PlayStation 4 jump now. So it's going to be
Peggy 18.
It's going to make a major difference on the graphics. Oh, Xbox. Oh. It's a I'm going to assume it's still for PlayStation though, right? Okay, here we go. Now
it has
Okay, I'm guessing that's the big boss that's been in all the games. And now we are doing a bit more of that Dante's Inferno thing.
Despair and death.
Okay. Oh, let's see what in there. Graphics spiked like crazy right now, man. That was pretty good. Okay, so I'm thinking it's a combo game at this point.
Time to kick some ass.
I don't need to know the meta to understand what's happening here with these like ping pong, ping dang, ching ching pa. That's got to be like combo stuff going on there, and the more you keep up or something, maybe the better, the crazier and more. He just blew something up.
It likes to kill demon things.
Look at the characters need to sound and
That's
look
why
kind
building that well-functioning arm to kick demon ass.
of all right. Oh damn! Here we go. Now we're talking about some sweet ass demon characters, creature design here. That's pretty sweet. Still got the heavy metal,
And cover more ground.
hard rock, supernatural.
Okay, Shakespeare.
I got a haircut.
Just remember this.
Oh,
You and I like to exist, so keeping those demons.
wait, what's up? Oh, see what's up? Is that an enemy or is that? Oh, so you do play other characters. Ooh, I love characters, animal familiars and
What evil lurks?
partners. Whatever you want to call
Must
them.
destroy.
Woo! Woo! Okay, that's fun. I would play him. Sure, Dante's great, but whoever this guy is, I want to play this guy. Oh, this looks like a fight I don't want to experience. This is kind of ragey.
Why don't you tell me everything about
Oh.
this job?
Wait, is that Dante? Who's the short hair?
A powerful demon is about to resurrect, and we need your help, Dante.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Confirmed. Oh! Oh, okay. So short hair is someone else.
What? Does that mean you're going too?
I have a duty to see this
What's
through.
with the white hair thing? The white hair means something, though, because of one black hair. He went white, right? So. The fight keeps coming up. So, is that a fighting tool? Jesus.
Come on, little puppy. I'll take you out for a walk.
There's some comedy in it. Oh, I
Made
like.
it for lady and she paid for it, so consider it a rental.
Oh my god. What? Oh man, I love that Displacer Beast guy. Okay, now you're playing with a party. Okay, see now... I will play 5. I will play 5. I'm probably gonna play. Oh! Woo! Okay, because now we're talking about like some story elements are really gonna kick up a gear, and then yeah, that'll be fun. I don't know where I'm gonna have time to play all this stuff. Mercy me. What's that say? Bloody plays. The Bloody Palace returns April 2019. Well, no, I'm not gonna slide this one in, but. Whew. Okay, so let me know which. It's hard for me to say because the completionist in me is like I would want to play all. I would want to play all 5 because I would want to get all of that context, but some games just don't hold up, and I don't have the 50 to 100 hours like for each of the series to be able to get to the games that I would like to play. 4 look good just from like to experience the mechanics element. It looked like there's a lot of fun stuff, potentially combo stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong there. It looks like a combo based action, maybe RPG. And by RPG, I mean, are there classes? Or can you customize it? Are there skill trees? Stuff like that. Because I didn't get that from the trailer. Whereas 5 then brings in like the party. And then I'm like, oh, okay, well now you got the character dynamics going on. Is there any kind of... Oh, well, the game's coming out. You guys probably don't even know this. But it'd be cool if there was like some sort of consequence scenario in it, consequence engine, you know, like make a choice, something happens, there's like your choices matter? Or is it more railroady? Here's the challenges, here are the boards, and here's the enemies you have to fight. There's a boss at the end. Fight the boss, clear it. Please, for the love of Murphy, don't let them be bosses like in Dark Souls and stuff like that. Those would be fun trailers to watch, like legitimate trailers. I've seen someone play Dark Souls 3, maybe, I don't know. I saw 1 hour of play that made me sweat and anxiety driven. Like, I didn't want. I'm like, I will never touch this game. So hopefully the combat isn't that crazy in Devil May Cry, where it's gonna frustrate me by having to redo. Those cycles killed me as a player. But overall, I think it definitely looks like the kind of game I would enjoy because of the creature design. I would say the number one thing would be probably the creature design. And the setting feels like something I would really enjoy. Then it would be like, I guess like something that has more, I have to slowly get into it, but like more of a fluid kind of action game. This one looks like it has something I might enjoy. It feels kind of what's it called? What's it called? What's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? It's got like a thing. Jeez. Dynamic. It's like, it feels like something where because everything felt like it was flowing. It was just, things were flowing, and it felt kind of like it would really get your juices flowing. Like, and maybe it's the music, the way they cut things. It just feels like an adrenaline was kind of the word. It's like it builds up your adrenaline while you play because of, I don't know, seeing things happen. Like, I'm kind of a guy too where if I see things looking cool on the screen, even if they're frustrating, then it starts to I start to get captivated into that, and it keeps me in even if I'm getting pissed, like Assassin's Creed. If it starts working out for me, I'm like, oh, this looks really cool and it's fun, but man, I don't want to do it again. But it's so fun to like get those combos, that counters off and stuff. So yeah, we'll see. If I had to say, like, trailer 5 was the one that maybe sold the IP for me, just because I didn't have any context for the earlier games, and they weren't games that, just from a meta perspective, just from a gameplay perspective, didn't look like games that I would be really interested in. But 4 and 5, 5 definitely sold me on 5, but 5 also sold me on at least 4. Like, 4 seems like it's in a good place. Now, it was a 2008 game. Let me know if the HD release, if they've tweaked anything in the earlier games, and if that includes Devil May Cry 4, if they tweaked that and made it even better. And 4 and 5 will come to this channel at some point when I can slide them in, and I'll play through the PlayStation, not the PC. Because all the other thing I did notice on the Wikipedia page, I was checking the ratings, and it looks like the first game got like a 90 something rating. It didn't have a PC rating. That was for PlayStation 2, and then it was the PlayStation 2 ones were getting anywhere from 84 to 89 or something, but the PC was getting in the 60s. It was bad all the way through. It was really low grade, so I wouldn't play with keyboard and mouse. It sounds like the experience you're supposed to have with the gamepad, and so that's the way I would play it. So there you go. These are fun. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of enjoy sitting down and just kind of talking when I have, like, I don't know, this one went a little longer than normal. And I'll try to keep these a little shorter. Like, in general, there might only be one trailer to watch, or like a trailer and gameplay. I'm thinking it'll be like between the 10 and 15 minute mark. But if you have any other suggestions, by all means, leave them in the comments below. If I start seeing a lot of games repeat, I'll start prioritizing the list based on what the community wants me to watch next. And I'll try to do these every week or two, I guess. I'm just kind of I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if that's fact or not, but that's going to be the goal right now. I think these are fun to do. So without further ado, I will catch you in the next one. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, everybody. Peace.